Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. What's the dang deal? Wednesday, January 25th. Huge slate of college hoops going on tonight. I mean, who do they think they are? Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Shot? LSU. When they needed it most, lose by 20. Don't get me started on Syracuse, North Carolina. Officiating still pushed the 4. However, man, that was some weird officiating. Felt like a 1997 matchup, which I loved it in the beginning. But once you pull that bull at the end, man, Rutgers is the real deal. Blowing out Penn State. Penn State's not the strongest team in the Big Ten, but Rutgers has already proved they can play with anybody in the Big Ten. I think Rutgers is going to do some damage, man. I'm surprised. Now I'm going to have to do a deep dive, make sure I didn't miss nobody on this Sweet 16 tier I did yesterday. Before I get to the Elite 8 and Final 4 tier, mañana. That means tomorrow. Rutgers, man. I think they're going to be something scary come tourney time. I don't know if they have the offense to really pull off more than one upset. Miami, the Hurricanes, absolutely dog walking Florida State last night. Notre Dame continues to struggle in Mike Brey's last season. Illinois holding off Ohio State late to win by 9. Mizzou looking like the real deal. I just said that to the real. Get out of here. What else happened last night in the sports world? TCU, Oklahoma. Piss me off. I took the over because I said TCU going to score at least 80 by themselves. These kids put up 79. Never in my right mind did I think Oklahoma would only put up 52 points. I mean, I was thinking 80, 70, you know? At least give me 80, 60. Missed that over by about 9. Kansas State. Told you take the points, people. They give them to you for a reason. Kansas State losing a close one, and Iowa State losing by 4, covering Franklin Earl's best bet of the day. Texas doing their thing. Clemson, man, winning by 21 against Georgia Tech. Kentucky covers with ease. I told you 4. You could have got them at 5.5. I told you to still take it. They win by 16. Syracuse push. Tucky win. Kansas State win. Okay, TCU loss. Miami with the win. That is 3-1-1 last night on Captain by Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. And I know I give him a lot of flack, but there's no way I'm going to finish this Monday recap up without showing some love to my least favorite program in college sports, and that is the Georgetown Hoyas. Yes, the Hoyas of Georgetown have won a Big East game, people. The first time they won a game since the mask regulation of 2020. Georgetown finally getting a victory in the Big East. I hate to even say this, but I think it's time. Get old boy Patrick up out of there, man. That boy Ewing, get that boy up out of there. That boy ain't doing nothing good in a hurry. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on this beautiful Wednesday. Shout out to my man Jibo, live from the living room. Yiddig. I'm kidding, people. Whoever's listening in that car, sorry. I apologize. Before I move on to some NFL talk, before I give you some Wednesday's plays, we got some golf going on this weekend, people. That's the one thing I didn't do, is look up the name of the Open. Farmers Insurance Open. Ding. All right. There's some good, and I mean good bets here that I like. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm looking at other bets that I didn't write down. Getting deep diving into the groups. You can get Siwoo Kim to win a Group D plus 225. You can get Hideki Matsuyama plus 275 to win Group C. I don't know who I like in this group. And then John Rahm, he's plus 105. I actually like Sung Jae Sung Jae. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just a funny name. Plus 500 to win Group A. However, he is in the same group as favorites John Rahm and Tony Finau. He also has Justin Thomas and Taylor Montgomery. That is a strong group, if I do say so myself. Hold on, do say so myself. Top 5. I don't really do a lot of top 5 betting. I got a few winners I want to give out. I just wanted to look at all these groups really quick. The further you go down in these groups, the less I recognize names. Let's just stick to some winners. John Rahm, the favorite. Well, once again, he was the favorite last weekend and pulled off the victory. I believe he was plus 575 this time last week. Today, he is plus 400 as the favorite. I never bet favorites in golf, and I would never bet for somebody to win 2 weeks in a row. Even though I did that last week with Siwoo Kim after he won the Sony Open in Hawaii. However, John Rahm as the favorite plus 400, just throwing it out there. If you think he can go back to back. Also, Tony Finau plus 1,000 as the second favorite, tied with Xander Schauffele. Y'all know who it is. Plus 1,000. And then things get Willy Wonka. I have 4 bets that I have put in. I keep betting the same golfers, and I think I have a problem. Justin Thomas plus 1,600. I've never bet him before. Rocking with him today. He's 5th on the odds. Right behind him, you have Sung Jae plus 1,800 to win. I believe he is 6th in the odds. And then I'll just give my bets and talk about these other 2. And then I have Siwoo Kim, of course. Once you win one for me, I bet you the rest of the year like a fool. But hopefully he has the hottest year of his career. Siwoo Kim, the young buck, plus 3,300 to win it all. And then somebody I bet on 2 weeks ago, they didn't play last week. Hideki Matsuyama, plus 4,000. I really like his game. He definitely has a chance to win. He is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He's 13th on the leaderboard, right behind Siwoo Kim at 12th. The other two names that I like, I haven't bet them yet, but I might. But I usually just throw 4 golfers out there, see what the hell happens. You know what I mean? The other two people I like, Max Homa, the homebody, the homeboy, the home wrecker. Now, I don't know this man. Let me not put that on his life. Max Homa plus 2,000. He is sitting at 8th on the odds board. Also, right behind him at 9th, Justin Day. It's Jason. Jason Day. Get this guy out of here. Jason Day plus 2,500. Those are my golf bets for the Farmers Insurance Open 2023. Ding! That's Justin Thomas plus 1,600, Ing Sung Jae plus 1,800, Siwoo Kim plus 3,300, Hideki Matsuyama plus 4,000. Those are the 4 I put in. Also, said that I like Max Homa at 2,000, Jason Day at 2,500, and Jon Rahm is the favorite at plus 400. That guy must be something special. 2 weeks in a row, he's favorited by a lot. He must like these courses. He must do well historically at these courses. You're listening to Captain By a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Let's put some excitement in your life. I was about to say, what they call this? NFL playoffs, the championship weekend, right? Championship weekend. I was about to say divisional again. Oh, like a fool. Hit the horns. No, not yet. That's hit the. San Francisco, the 49ers taking on Philadelphia, the Eagles. 2.5 points favorites are the Eagles over the 49ers. Honestly. I've been going back and forth on this game all week. I do not believe in these Eagles. However, Brock Purdy, even though he won the game, did everything he needed to do to win the game. He also was playing the Cowboys. He also showed his youth in a couple critical situations. Seemed a little flustered once or twice. Made great decisions, though, throwing the ball away on both occasions. It just seemed like he wasn't too sure of what he was doing in the moment. He just reacted and happened to react rightly. I'd hate to see them go down 7-10 points against the Eagles, and now instead of throwing that ball away because they up 3 or tied, he's trying to force it over the middle. And that's when bad things happen. I'm a little nervous about the 49ers. To be honest with you, I don't like either one of these teams as a fan, but as a bettor, one of them's got to win. Am I right? This 2.5 looks great after saying everything I just said. However, I'm still hesitant to jump over on the Eagles bandwagon. They have guys that's won a Super Bowl, and then they have a lot of talented guys that's trying to win a Super Bowl. I think that's a great mix. The Eagles have a beautiful mix. The 49ers have a bunch of guys who've got here before and went home. Sometimes your fears and your worries accumulate into reality. I wonder how many 49ers are thinking, oh man, we can't go home again. We not again. I don't know, man. This game screams Eagles with a betting eye. But I want to take the 49ers. Have no idea why. I will make a decision and come back Friday with a number. There's so many props in this game. Eat them up like a rib buffet. I love a lot of props in this game. I like the total 46.5 over. Definitely like the over here. Both of these teams have a pretty solid defense. However, I don't see the Eagles looking like the Cowboys. I see the Eagles putting up some points, and the Niners better put up some points to keep up with them. I see both of these teams getting in the high 20s, 30s range. 31-27 type deal. I think this total gets to the 50s. Moving on over to the AFC side, there's been a swing. Kansas City Chiefs at home open as the favorite. Right now, currently sitting as the underdog, plus 1.5 on the Chiefs at home in Arrowhead. Yes, Patrick Mahomes can barely walk. Yes, it's a big deal. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say he looked good on Saturday, Sunday. I forget when he played. Saturday. It's definitely Saturday. Bengals, man. They got some mojo. They got some magic. I was liking the Bengals even when they was dogs. I like them. I'm kind of scared now that they're favorites. I don't know why. It's just a weird feeling to have the Chiefs as a dog at home. The Bengals minus 125 on the money line. If I had to put something in right now, is probably what I would do. It's very juiced. I should just take the 1.5 minus 112. I would probably be on the Bengals in this game. I want to say I'll be on the 49ers in the other game, but some telling me you can't do it. Did y'all hear that? You can't do it. I just keep hearing that everywhere I go. Like, every time I think about the 49ers, you can't do it. But the Bengals have that same feeling, though. I love the Bengals in this game. Want to bet the Bengals in this game. My man, Joe Burrow, Louisiana roots, along with Jamar Chase. I love the Bengals team, man. The combination of that receiving core, Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow, that D-line, man. Whew-wee. Only holes in there is really secondary, and that's only... I mean, they're above average in the secondary. It's not like they're lacking. O-line, of course, ferocious. We all know that. So I don't know. Just wanted to touch on it, update some NFL playoffs talk. Again, Friday, our man JCP from the JC Pod, Jaden Chandler Parnell, will be here. Mike Tyson just got sued. Some woman says he raped her in the 90s. Crazy. I just read it. First reaction is what y'all got. I'm not going to speak on it. Because my first thought is this. But my second thought is I know nothing. If he did that, it's horrific, horrible. I just feel like he didn't do it. Feel like. I don't know anything, people. I'm just a sports gambler in a cold, cold world. Listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Tons, and I mean tons, of college basketball games to get to this evening. Games that I keep an eye on. Now, I might not do this much longer. I'm starting to get people in trouble. Last night I talked about LSU and needing this game, needing to come out and give their best. Two people text me that they jumped on LSU plus the points. And I felt bad for both of them. Why would you do that? I'm just speaking facts. It's a must-win game for them. They lost about 7 in a row. They need to get a win to get back on track. Didn't think it would happen. I don't know. I don't want to sound like the smartest guy in the world because I'm definitely not. But I wasn't saying bet on them. I was more saying like they need to come out. This is the SEC matchup. We need to watch. Arkansas has been struggling. Both of them teams needed to get back on track. So these are games to watch, people. I'm not betting any of these games. Tennessee laying 16.5 against Georgia. I don't see Tennessee beating anybody by 17 points. It's possible. They just don't have the offensive flow or magnitude of offensive players to really put up points in bunches. They can get a bunch of stops in a row and score occasionally off of those stops. But to really just put together let's say a 16-3 run, it's rare. More like a 10-3 at best run. I'm not betting this, but I think 16.5 is a little bit much, especially Georgia team who, I mean, they look like they came to play this season, early in the season. Of course, they could fall apart like LSU did, and they just fooled everybody in the country. In the ACC, Wake Forest, 3-point dogs against Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh might be the most underrated team in the nation, people. They have a flurry, a bountiful, a gang of big wins on their resume already. They're laying 3 against Wake Forest. I can't decide. I don't think 3 is too much, but I don't know. Wake Forest is nice. Pittsburgh's nice also. Probably flick back and forth to that game once or twice, catch a few minutes of it. This is a game that West Virginia taking on Texas Tech. West Virginia, 3.5-point dogs on the road. West Virginia, man, I love this team. Probably because I love Bob Huggins, Huggy Bear. However, West Virginia needs to show me a little more before I really start riding them again. They are horrific from the free throw line. They go on cold droughts. They are still press Virginia. They turn the ball over. I mean, they turn the other team over. They turn teams over. Big Ten play. I actually like this game. This is a game I probably 80% I bet this game. I'll say that. 80%. I'm going to bet the game. Give me Wisconsin plus 4.5 on the road taking on Maryland. Big Ten play. I don't see that big of a gap between either of these two teams. Give me Wisconsin keeping it close, plus 4.5 on the road in Maryland. Even though their schedule's kind of been wacky and wonky, they played a makeup game on Monday. But they had a week off before that because the game was canceled. So, some young kids, man. I don't think that, I don't know. I don't really see them being fatigued, but who knows? It's a weird, wonky game. That's the only reason I'm trying to stay away from it. If this was like, all that didn't happen before this game, I'd be all over Wisconsin plus 4.5. However, I think I'm still going to take it. Indiana taking on Minnesota, lane 10. The way Indiana's been playing, I love this. However, I'll be hot ham if I bet Indiana -10. And Tracy Ellis, Jackson, Ross, Davis. That boy come out and look like the boy for the last 3 years instead of the boy from the last 3 weeks. Come out there looking soft. He know who he is. I just can't do it, man. Indiana hasn't fully bought me over, even with the last 5-game stretch being magnificent. I mean, if you beat Michigan State by more than 10, you think it'd be no-brainer to take them against Minnesota. Maybe I'm overthinking this one, but I'm staying away from Indiana, Minnesota. Big Ten basketball is if they in Minnesota, I'm definitely staying away. I should have looked at that. I don't know. Sometimes sportsbooks don't know how to put teams on. Like they have the home team as the away team. It's a lot of games tonight, man. Yeah, they're playing in Minnesota. I'm definitely staying away. At the barn, anything can happen at the barn, people. Providence taking on Butler, laying 10 as well. I don't think I've ever seen Providence win a game by more than 3. Definitely staying away. Butler just lost by 30 or 40 to UConn. Providence, not the talent level of UConn. But I would be scared to lay 10 with Providence. Thad Matta, if you don't know, has taken over Butler this season. He hasn't playing decent, man. They had like I said, they threw a dud out there this weekend against UConn, but I'd be terrified to take Providence at -10. Wouldn't touch Butler either. Michigan State and Alabama, and this one I actually love. Alabama laying 13 at home, taking on Mississippi State. This is one that I wanted to take, and my gut just said, and I was like, it was like a silent conversation between me and my gut. Alabama -13. Again, love it. However, am staying away. Can't bet them all. I mean, you could, but I try not to. Listen to the gut, people. St. John's +10. This is another one. I love it. I like it. I want some more of it. St. John's +10 taking on Creighton. It's hard for me to believe Creighton beat St. John's by 10 or more. But with that being said, let me get into the games that I am betting on tonight. Xavier, Big East matchup, taking on UConn. Give me Xavier on the road +6.5. They beat UConn at home. Now they on the road at UConn. I know UConn is going to want to get some revenge. They probably come out with a little fire. But give me Xavier to bring the fire extinguisher. Xavier +6.5 on the road. I love UConn, man. I love Xavier. I don't know how I fell in love with 4 Big East teams in one season. Providence, Marquette, Xavier, and UConn. But 6.5 just feels a little too big. I think it should be more like a 3.5. Give me Xavier +6.5. Like I said, Wisconsin +4.5. I'm taking it. You talked me into it, people. Wisconsin +4.5. Taking on Maryland. And then Utah State. A Mount West matchup of the top 2 teams going on tonight. San Diego State taking on Utah State. Utah State on the road. Give me Utah State +7. Way too big of a spread with these 2 teams this season. It's another one that should be 3.5, 3, maybe 4. Give me Utah State +7. It's a all dog night. Wisconsin +4.5 and Xavier plus 6.5. Now I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horns. Hello, kid. I might be Franklin Earl, the Beard Winterton. Franklin Earl Beard Winterton here, people, with your best bet of the day. Yesterday I gave you K-State plus 5. Barely covered. Had a little sweat on the brow, but wiped it off with the dollar bills, y'all. Covered it by 1. 1-1 on the week with the best bets. Duke money line on Monday. Threw that in the trash. Houston tonight minus 9.5, taking on UCF, I believe. Let me confirm that really quick. Houston taking on UCF minus 9.5. Crazy talk. They just lost to Temple. What do you think they're going to lose again? They about to come out and win by 30. They about to come out and play the best defense in the entire world. Craig. The world. Give me Houston minus 9.5. No thought to not take it. It's the best bet of the day, people. Franklin Earl, a Beard Winterton, Houston minus 9.5. This has been captained by a hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dies. Another beautiful morning, 33 minutes of fantastic sports gambling talk from the sports fanatic, the red beard. I need some outro music. I always thought about doing this to end the show. Dives. But why would I play the same music I brought you in with? See you guys tomorrow on a fantastic Thursday. Look forward to it. One day closer to March Madness.